Wait, is this the right film?
Worse, in The Pianist by Polanski? How come this guy has to hide and live like a bum when he plays the piano so well?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 misleading opening scenes in movies.
Alert.
Evasive action!
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at those famously confusing and misleading opening scenes that were either so tonally different from the rest of the film or deliberately subverted the audience's expectations. We're not commenting on the quality of the scene or the movie, but rather how much it had us scratching our heads. Number 10. The Fake Waynes, Batman. Superhero movies may have still been in their infancy in 1989, but we're betting that even then, audiences were probably expecting an origin story when the famed Caped Crusader hit the big screen. Director Tim Burton was likely aware of this viewer expectation, but at the same time, surely realized that most fans were already well aware of Bruce Wayne's tragic story. Seeing a couple and their young boy leaving a Gotham City theater and getting mugged in an alley, you're almost certain that you know where this is going. That is, until the parents survive and Batman shows up to stop the thugs. Classic misdirection.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Number 9. Legs for Days, Death Proof. For those who were not in on Quentin Tarantino's intentions, this must have been seriously confusing. For their grindhouse double feature, Tarantino and partner Robert Rodriguez did everything in their power to make you feel like you were watching an old-school exploitation film. This included the grainy film effect, fake trailers, frames missing from the reel, and original theatrical pre-movie jingles. As if this wasn't enough, even when Death Proof actually begins, it kicks off with a long and cheery opening shot that makes it look like a voyeuristic road trip movie with a foot fetish twist. Of course, it was only a matter of time before Tarantino brought in the trademark gore.
Who's holding?
If you're not, then nobody.
Number 8. No Reason, Rubber.
In the Steven Spielberg movie E.T., why is the alien brown? No reason.
As if Rubber wasn't already weird enough, they went and started things off with this curveball opening. The film is indescribable. Is it a horror movie? A parody or meta-genre masterpiece? Impossible to say, but it's undeniably unique and bizarre. The opening scene has us, the audience, watching an audience prepare themselves to watch the movie play out in front of them. But first, we get a lengthy lecture about what matters in cinematic storytelling.
And you know why? Because life itself is filled with no reason.
We're led to believe that this will be some deep kind of meta experiment. Then we realize that this is actually a movie about a killer tire. Number 7. Where is everyone? Friday the 13th. Many may have groaned when they rebooted Friday the 13th, but at least young fans had Jared Padalecki and Danielle Panabaker to look forward to. Or so they thought, until the film started.
I've killed all the others. It'll be easier for you than it was for Jason.
As audiences watched in anticipation, we were introduced to our group of kids who, as expected, were killed off. However, we end up a fifth of the way into the film, and still the top-billed stars have yet to be seen. We're sure many moviegoers started thinking they walked into the wrong slasher movie, or, gasp, that Jared Padalecki was behind the mask all along. Wrong on both counts. This was just the longest opening ever. Number 6. Right Through the Eye, 7 Psychopaths.
Was it Dillinger got shot through the eyeball? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
Leave it to master dialogue writer Martin McDonagh to pull the wool over our eyes. The wordsmith and master genre bender confuses us off the bat with a shocking scene of violence that nobody saw coming. In what seemed at first to be a smart comedy, albeit a very dark one.
You ever shoot a guy in his eyeball? I stabbed a guy in his ear once.
The incoming violence was staring us right in the face with all the talk of getting shot and stabbed in the eye. Little did we know that our first two characters would imminently meet just such a fate, and barely lasted 2 minutes into the film. Confused? Yeah, but with McDonough, always best to expect the unexpected.
I would have given you all of my heart.
Number 5. Action Superstars, The Other Guys.
Tell me again why you decided to get on this roof!
I think you can chalk that up to bad life choices.
Dwayne Johnson and Samuel L. Jackson are badass action superstars. We all know that, but what we didn't expect was for them to be starring in this film. Knowing this is a Will Ferrell comedy, we took a cautious step backward. Even with our suspicions raised, however, the left turn taken by the opening sequence was so hilariously brilliant and shocking, we were stuck between a gasp and a laugh. We're at first thrust into typical blockbuster heroics, explosions, cheesy one-liners, and stunts galore, until reality and logic hits you right in the face. Curse splat in the face.
Aim for the bushes.
Number 4. A Matter of Chance, Magnolia.
In the New York Herald, November 26, year 1911, there is an account of the hanging of 3 men.
If you went into Magnolia having done your homework and expecting a structure involving intertwining stories, perhaps you were prepared for this sort of odd opening. But even so, this was a challenging way to start off a movie, especially the lack of recognizable stars. Director Paul Thomas Anderson started his film with 3 tales of chance and consequence, delivered in roughly 5 minutes, with no narrative bearing on the rest of the film, except to subtly introduce us to their connecting theme, which is the connection that runs throughout the movie. Takes the entire movie to really understand this, but hey, at least it was all worth it in the end.
This was not just a matter of chance. These strange things happen all the time.
Number 3. The Littlest Elf, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Misleading audiences is one thing, but children? That's truly unfortunate. Lemony Snicket wants to emphasize that the movie we're about to watch is so terrible and disturbing that no children, or adults for that matter, should watch it. Of course, that only makes the film all the more enticing. And what better way to hammer home the joylessness of the story of the Baudelaire children than by pretending that you're a cute and cuddling animated movie about an elf and then pulling the plug. We can picture some parents struggling to find their tickets to verify their theater. We knew you were twisted, Snicket, but this is next level.
If you wish to see a film about a happy little elf, I'm sure there is still plenty of seating in theatre number 2.
Number 2. Trailers after the trailers, Tropic Thunder.
In 2013, when the Earth's rotation came to a halt.
We all love the trailers before a movie, and most make sure not to miss them. When the first fake trailer before Tropic Thunder started, we suspect that there were many in the audience who believed they were watching actual trailers. Hey, we live in dark cinematic times, and these films look just bad enough to actually get made.
Who left the fridge open?
We don't doubt that some were still confused even after Ben Stiller was revealed as action superstar Tug Speedman. Although the misdirection only worked at the theater, the trailers are still hilariously brilliant when experienced at home.
Satan's Alley.
Number 1. My Boring Corporate Job, The Cabin in the Woods.
You guys better not be messing around in there.
Horror audiences rightfully expected a Cabin in the Woods horror movie when they went to see The Cabin in the Woods. Wasn't that what the trailers promised? What no one expected was a tongue-in-cheek stab at the genre.
Tony, you have women's issues.
Please. You of all people.
Oh, come on. It's a jinx.
A perfect meta-study about the world of horror tropes. When the movie opens, we see 2 boring technicians chatting about their job. No Chris Hemsworth, no cabin, no monsters. What seems at first like a completely different movie turns the tables on us with a sudden title card jump scare, as if to tell you, wait, you are watching the right movie.
Are you even listening to me?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.